to get the most out of the scouting combine, like anything, you've got to be organized and you've got to prepare. All your trainers, all your coaches, scouts, video people, everyone's there to do a different job function. The most important thing to understand at the combine, you're not looking to see how good a football player the person is. You're looking to see what in the workouts are the athletic traits that contribute to being a football player. I call it the 90% rule. 90% of the time, a player's workout is going to match his film. If he's fast on the football field, he's going to be fast in his workouts. It's the 10% of the time when the film doesn't match the workout that you have to do more work. Why is he more athletic in the workout and not on the field? Why is he faster on the field and slower in the workouts? You got to dig deeper. And all that means it just is another checkpoint for you. The interviews are there with the players. They're short, but you can get a view of what it is that is important. For example, I had an interview one time with a player, and I talked to him about, who's the leader on the defense, and he'll say, "I'm the leader." Okay, and so who handles, the breakdowns? I handle that, and then I'll say, well, do y'all get together and meet, once a week, and at your apartment and look at the, oh, yeah, yeah. Who does that? And he'll say, yeah, over John Doe does that. Little tip. The guy that hosts the meeting is the leader of the defense. The guy sitting there telling you he's the leader, he's not the leader. The leader is going to be the one saying, guys, we're getting together at 7 o'clock tonight. I'm getting pizza, and we're going to look at the film of upcoming opponent. Little things you can get out of an interview. You can't say, do you like football? What the bleep you think he's going to say? No, I don't. Of course, you don't give open-ended answers. You sit there and look at things, and I give them some things to absorb in the early part of the interview. I will tell them something. I will tell them a play, I'll tell them a formation, and then I'll go and start talking about their family. And I start talking about, and about 5 minutes later, I'll say, "Tell me that play again. I want to see how well they retain, how interested they are. Are they just sweating under pressure and not dealing with it?" All those things tell you a lot. If you're struggling and you're almost panicky in an interview, it's all right to be nervous. But if you are so nervous that you can't remember simple things, what are you going to do when it is a crucial moment in the game and you're a quarterback, for example, or any position for that matter, and you can't remember what you're supposed to do? You've got to put people under pressure and give them an opportunity. The medical physicals tell us a lot. So we uncover everything and have everyone in our organization that are focused on their responsibility. And you have each coach come in at the time that their players come in so that they can interview all the players in their position group and then stay with them as they go through the weigh-ins, the weight room workout. They follow them, and then when it's the on the field workouts, they're in the stands watching them. And when those position groups leave, that coach leaves. The coordinator stay, the head coach stays. I think it's important that everybody has a say in what they see. A lot of you can get is information with a lot of college coaches coming in. It's another way for pro coaches to talk to other college coaches, which they're normally are going to say good things about their players. You don't ask, well, what type of kid is he? Well, you're going to get the standard answer. You ask things and we prepare them with certain questions to ask, much like what I said, that can give you the answer. You will know how competitive a guy is by the certain question that you may ask. You will know what guy's character is by a question that you ask. You will know how much a guy loves football by the questions you ask, and it's not, do you like football? You got to put them in a situation. And a lot of Fortune 500 companies have done a really good job of trying to determine candidates about how they might fit or not fit with their organization. And we've studied a lot of that. We've had a lot of psychological work done to prepare the best questions. But a lot of it is how a guy's going to fit in the locker room. How is he going to lead? How he's going to learn? What is his capacity to learn? How smart is he? What is his willingness to learn? How hard will he work? Will he do all the extra things? Does he want to be great, or is this a means to an end to him? Because you're going to make a lot of money. Are you going to be satisfied when you get here? Everybody focuses on the draft and the draft process as, oh, we're getting to the end point. No, no, no. We're getting to the beginning point, and then it's about getting to the end point of their career. And very often, the end point is shorter or longer, depending upon the motivation, the guy's ability to stay with it. If you don't love football, you're not going to be with it a long time. Robert Smith was a really good running back for the Vikings. Wasn't a guy that loved football. He was good at it, but it didn't mean he loved it. He didn't stay very long. That's fine. But you need to know that, and you need to know what you're getting with a guy that may not be as committed. He may not do the extra things. He may not be there as long. A guy may have never been injured in college, but the medicals will tell you certain things. Look, he's got arthritic conditions. He's got an issue with he's bone on bone in the knee. Well, those are things to know. You may get one contract out of him. So that may determine how high you want to take a guy. Ideally, you take a guy earlier if you feel like you can not only get really productive high-level play out of him, but get 2 contracts out of him. If you looks like you might not, you might go with the other guy that's in the same grade tier, and we'll get into that in the future conversation. But you might go with the guy that's likely healthier. Now, we don't know what's going to happen. The healthy guy may have a catastrophic injury in the NFL that may put him in jeopardy. But you can only go by what you know at the time in which you're evaluating. So everybody has their role. Everybody splits it up. Then everybody comes together. Here's another thing to keep in mind. All the interviews, all the workouts, everything is on tape. And the video directors make a tape of every player. So you can go and look digitally, everything from when the guy arrives to how a guy answered a question to all of his interviews, how he interacts with people, how we not only ran the 40 and did all the drills, but what he did in the weight room. Everything is there. It's done with extreme detail because you want to know as much as you can about the player. This doesn't tell you how good a player he's going to be, but it's a big part of what a player he is going to be. And the film work should match what you get in this combine workout. If it doesn't, then you've got to go back and do more work, as I said. Remember the 90% rule. So the combine is very important. Workouts on campus are very important. Getting to know the player and bringing them to your facility is very important. Being able to teach them is very important. It's how Sean Payton decided that Bo Nix was the best candidate for him at quarterback because he had played the most football, he knew the most football, and he could run his offense the best. He was not the most physically gifted quarterback in last year's draft class, but he was the best fit mentally, emotionally, from a poise standpoint, and a work ethic standpoint. That is some of the things that you learn from the combine and these offseason all-star games. Hope that gives you a better idea of what the strategy of a combine truly is.